Greetings, Islam, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, and all the many words of peace throughout all the human family. I'd like to also say thanks and many gifts and honors to my ancestors. Today, we're going to discuss the Triskelion and its deep science. We're also going to decode further. Real Still, this is going to be part 2. I hope everyone comes out, and I hope that I share some powerful information with you today. I'll wait a bit for people to fill the room. Prepare. I'm going to be reading from my notes. Again, there may be some clicks, me clicking back and forth. There may be some misspells, but I tell you what, the science I bring you today will be true. Welcome to the Renaissance Room. Let's see what we got here. How you folks doing today? Mr. Big Bags. Welcome to the room. Zinga. Maurice, thanks for coming out. Paul White. Everyone, thanks for coming out. I'm going to get right on into it because this is deep. This is real deep. How you folks doing? We got, as the other day I mentioned before, when they walk into, when twin cities, as well as Adam, because he has an Adam symbol on his chest, which they don't show very often, but when you pan in and watch the movie further, you'll see that it is the symbol of proton. But also, we're going to talk about this symbol here on the screen that you see. You see the corners in the ring. The word ring is very important because we know that it is square, but it still makes 360 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 360 degrees, high science. But this right here, that is called a propeller Triskelion. It also is a Triskelion, but it goes deeper than that. I'm going to show you how whoever designed this blockchain, what they were thinking about when they designed it, and they used the science of the Triskelion to create it. And that's how it links together. That's why they always talking about interoperability. I'm going to show you something here. Everyone always goes to, let me find it, like I said, there'll be some clicking. In this scene right here in The Simpsons, I'm going to show you this. First of all, I told you about the XRP symbol on the flipper because remember, they flipped it on you. They always flip it on you. They're always in your face with it, but they flipped it on you. We always talk about this lady's name tag being April. I say it has very little to do with April. I feel like I did a show prior that talked about XRP into the firmament. And I also showed you how they always connect things to Star Trek. These people are Trekkies. They like stuff like that, and they're expanding into the firmament, like I told people. I got a few laughs. People laughed at me and said I was making it about religion. I was not. Religion, to me, is a science, and I'm going to show you how I think so you can see how they're thinking. Okay, we look over here to where it says April. I don't know why I'm with this clicking, forgive me. We say April. I'm going to say it's not April at all. It's backwards. They flipped it on you. It's a Lirpa, which is a weapon. A Vulcan weapon. Let's go scroll down here and read further. Okay, we'll scroll down here. A Lirpa is a Vulcan weapon. If I can find it here. Let me see what we got here. Background. Lirpas didn't feature in the original story outline of the Amok time. Instead, the traditional mating challenge included different weapons in a total of 3 rounds. Whoa, shoot. Ding, ding. All day long. It says the first was to be a weapon newly created for the episode, described in the outline as a weapon like a mace or a knob carry, a heavy ball with sharp spikes with a short chain. We're going to go further here and keep on talking about these chains, like blockchain. But we're going to understand further why I said it has everything to do with Star Trek. Let me go over here and find it if I can. We got, let me see if I can find this. Because we got a bunch of pictures. Like I said, I'll be flipping around and whatever. Forgive me for that. But I will be bringing you the high science. See what we got here when I open this one up. Remember I told you ring is very important? Let's see what we got here. Keep both. We'll bring up this right here. And like I said, you got to forgive me. But I'm going to bring this up and open this up. Slide this on over here. See this right here? Star Trek, the original series, Pain Collar, from the, what is that called? From the gamesters of Triskelion. Oh, wow. Could that be Ripple? Could that be Ripple? And could I be one of the best at this? And my likes and subscribes should be on a whole nother level because I continue to bring the game, and I always will. I can't spell worth this shit, but I damn sure my comprehension is on another level. Sometimes I can spell like a genius. Sometimes I can't. It's part of what they call being dyslexic. But I'm going to tell you this part here. It says, Star Trek, the original series, Pain Color, from the gamesters of Triskelion. It says, presented below are some detailed photos of a Triskelion pain collar. I think that you should read this further on your own. Kurt had to wear this. And I got all this just from the word April. Because remember, they flipped it on you. Let's go further. I'm going to let you read that. It's easy to find this, but I'm going to go further with it because I got a lot of information I want to drop on you. Let's talk about the power of this Triskelion here. Now, before we go into that, I'm going to show you something. Let's show you something else. Let me open this up really fast. Give me just a moment. See what we got here. Remember this scene when I showed you? It actually pans into the shadows. You see here, you have Atom and Twin Cities as they fight. But what do you see most of all? You see Ripple. It's just spelled in a different manner. And it's in the shadows. But in this particular instance, there's duality because there's a head there. And this is the crown. This is the crown. This is the shoulder. This is the hand in the shadows on that controller, controlling it all. Let's go further. See what we got here. First of all, let's see who's in the room. We got greetings to you, Mo. Smash that like, you know what, please do, and thank you. So I think by March, the case will be over. Oh, it's going to come to a close because I'm going to keep on freaking dropping these jewels on you. It's going to put a wrench. it's going to mess up their game. I don't want to say monkey wrench because that comes from a disparaging term. Let's see what we got here. We got hard. It says Simpsons had a Star Trek episode. Yes, they did. Yes, they sure did. Evening. You know what? Evening to you all. Let me show you something else that we got here. Let me find out. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. Propeller Triskelion. Look at this. This is the science of where it comes from. You see the Ripple logo right here? Sitting right next to some high science. I'm going to open this up so we can read about the science of it all. Let me see what we got here. Like I said, forgive my little clicks and everything. I'm not the best with going around and figuring it out from that perspective, but we will knock a hole in it. I'm going to open this up first. Scroll this on over here. Look at this. The Clutrin Triskelion. And what do we see everywhere? We see chains. Chains. Chain. You see these chains? Everywhere. Blockchain. But it is designed in this manner to encompass the globe. To encompass the globe. These chains link. And the science of this Triskelion tells you that in order for it to build what it needs to build, it needs efficiency. So it was designed to link, interoperable. People may divide and make tribalisms, but this does not. Interoperability. So if you're with those particular digital assets that are telling you that they're together, they are part of that chain. And then you have a head of it all. I'm going to go further here. You should look this up further and see for yourself. Look at the propeller right there. But this is what it's called scientifically. I'm going to go further than that. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go back to the original picture that I had up here. Give me just a moment. When we go to the ring, like I said, it goes back to the Trek. He had to put the ring on the collar, the Triskelion collar, and it says gamesters. Okay, this right here, you see the propeller Triskelion in the corner? It's on all four corners, symbolizing encompassing the globe. Welcome to high science. The reason why I'm so good at this because this is military science, and I am a soldier, This is military science, my friend. 100% all day long. This is all about war. This is not about anything that you think otherwise than war. As I told you in previous videos, war does not always have to be physical. It can also be in another attribute. And in this form, it took on the highest attributes, those of science. Let's see what we have here. It says, how long you think till the world uses XRP? I think it's using it now. Greetings to you all. Wow, a lot of people in the room tonight. For me, it's a lot of people. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. And I think that when it says 589, I don't feel that it's the price. I feel that it's symbolic of something. I'll go into that in another time. But right now, we're going to talk about this. I think that these are so valuable that you just don't even know it. I mean, extremely valuable. They just were using the people to test it out, but you weren't meant to keep it. That's why I told you there is a video when you go to Bank XRP and you watch, it's like a 3-hour long video. You should watch it. You should sit there and intensely watch it. Shouts out to him. I like to always make sure I give credit to where credit is due. He linked together all of that video information. But there's a part when Jay Clayton and Brad Garlinghouse are on the stage, and they don't seem very friendly with each other. And one is telling the other, we'll just give them their money back. And I've mentioned this before because it's very important. He said, we'll just give them their money back. Meaning they knew what they were going to do. I think that Brad was telling them, well, they may, uprise against him. He said, well, we'll just give them their money back. So he's saying that we'll give them back what they paid for it, which is a bunch of crap. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, kaboom all day long. Thank you for that. Let me see. Let's find out what we got here. But yes, sir, it says this is a ring. They stepped into the ring, encompassing the whole globe. I can go on and on and on, but it would make it a little too much for everyone to just research at one time. And so I would rather for you to research these pieces that I've given you tonight and go further from there, because I want to read about the chain further. Let me see. I don't want to butcher this, but we're going to put it up on the screen anyhow. Let's see what we got here. Give me just a moment, please. And thank you for coming out, because there's something in here, if I can find it. Let's see the cells. If you give me a moment. Okay. It says, most cells found inside our body are partitioned into various membranes-bound structures called organelles. It says these individual compartments help in the maintenance of a perfect environment essential for proper functioning. For example, oxidative enzymes are bound in the peroxisomes to reduce, forgive me for butchering that, the risk of harmful effects that may occur by these enzymes. Listen to what this says. It's coming. Even though they are separated, they need mutual communication. Interoperability. Could it be that a great scientist created this? Could it be that great scientist that they call Mr. David Schwartz? I'm telling you what. In order for someone to be able to think from this capacity, they were versed in the high sciences and 7 liberal arts. And I know my library is stout, because if I can see it, I would tell you what. This person here, man, this man here is absolutely brilliant for thinking that everything is everything. That's what he just did. He sought something of science. Because remember, it comes from nature. Helicopters, dragonflies, so on and so forth. So this is what this person was reading about, whether in their youth, whether in current times. They thought maybe somewhere around the 80s, up to 1988, forgive me. This person sought to link all of the world's, anything that needs to be tokenized and digitized in the form of a Cletron propeller or Triskelion. That's what I wanted to share with you all today. Now, I have a lot more, but I think that's overload. It says, I have put all my XRP in cold storage. Yeah, of course. The XRP can do some wonderful things if you know how to use it. It really does. And they tell you on the website, you got to go to the website and go into the different structures that they have there, because it can do some deep things. But remember, they told you it's for sophisticated investors. What does the word sophisticated mean? Because they stressed it. They said sophisticated. So you have to decide that you are going to be a sophisticated investor. When I say that, I'm not talking to the people in the room. Everyone in this room is sophisticated, or you wouldn't be here. Everyone in this room is vibrating on that level, or you wouldn't be here. Everyone in this room is vibrating on that level. And that's 100% compliment across the board. That means our energies align. Very nice. I appreciate that. No, not very nice. Very intelligent. Nice means foolish. But that's another story. I'm just joking with you, though. Thank you for, I know what you mean. Thank you. If buyback program is real, I want to sell to the government. I understand what you mean. I went over that before too. Somebody told me that if they tell you that you'll take it back at this price, I'm going to tell you what's getting ready to happen. There's going to be, and it already is merging, a global civil war, if you can call it that. That's what's coming. But all war is not physical, though there might be some physical outbreaks that occur. This is going to be more of a spiritual war, where the people know that they have to align or they won't be here, or they will suffer the consequences. There's going to be, I'm going to be honest with you, the majority of people holding these digital assets are going to be considered as scoundrels and criminals, because most of them are not paying what they call their taxes. So they're going to be scoundrels and criminals. There's going to be a dark market. That's where most people are going to function. That's where most people are going to have to do any type of work. Because if you're thinking from the perspective of a lot of people with a brain, I'm talking about those people who are vibrating correctly. You're not going to let them jab you with anything and do any type of harmful injury to you. So you're going to be outside of it regardless of the fact. You don't really have an option. You know what? I'm gonna take the time to go have dinner with my family, but I had to show you all that, and I hope that I brought you something of a high science I always want to share with my family. Thank you for coming out. I hope I've left you with something today that you can do further research on your own, because I still feel like after this that XPR, XRP, they're the same. And they are all interoperable. They're the same. If you like atom as in the symbol, if you like atom as in cosmos, it's all the same. They are built on the original science of this, and they were made to be interoperable. It's like like I was reading, it said that like in California, I like to read a lot. In California, if you went to a subdivision mall and you had a bad financial experience with them, say for instance you wrote a check and your check did not clear, that means every place in the division of that super center is going to prevent you from going elsewhere. That's an early stage of interoperability. So now it's going to be across the board in many ways, except for those markets which truly remain decentralized. And there will be and must always be balance. They're going to have their hidden rails. They told you that themselves. They told you that you won't be able to see into those. That's for the dark movement. That's for the dark market. Drug dealers they're not going to go away. People who deal in prostitution and criminality and so-called slave trade, it's not going anywhere. It just will move on the dark rails. And unfortunately, a lot of good people will move on those rails as well, because they want to live a good life. But they'll be forced in that environment because they don't want to be, hold on, let me go back over here, because they don't want to be, let me see. Because they don't want to be, let me find the right one, forgive me for that. I got a lot of stuff on this screen here. Let me see what we got here. Where's it at? Because they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be controlled. Head. arm, hand on the controller. They don't want to be controlled. Ripple. Thank you. I appreciate everyone in the room. I hope that I brought some high science for you today. I'm Brother Fonte SL. Peace to all of the human family, and love and honors to my ancestors.